Shalom, shalom. We're back. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekahak Wadash, to the elder apostle and elder bishop of Great Millstone, who rule well, who I learn from daily. Love to get double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the elect. Shalom. I'm here with a video. I'm gonna call the USA will be utterly wasted. They got this article that says a chilling nuclear map shows areas of the USA where 75% of the population would die in World War III. But we know through the scriptures that Babylon the Great will be utterly decimated, and 100% save for the elect of Israel that will be saved will be utterly destroyed in this thermonuclear war. So let's get into this article. A hunting Cold War map reveals a bleak outlook for the United States in the aftermath of a nuclear confrontation, with forecasts indicating that up to 75% of residents in the most affected region could perish. No, 100%. The Lord will utterly destroy this place. The globe's nuclear nations include U.S., UK, France, Russia, and China, along with Pakistan, India, and North Korea. It is widely accepted that Israel has nuclear capabilities, although it had never officially confirmed this. Meanwhile, Iran continues advancing its significant uranium-enriched efforts. In 1989, the Institute of Medicine expert William Doherty, Barbara Levi, and Frank von Hippel conducted a study exploring the potential consequences of a nuclear strike on U.S. soil. They zeroed in a scenario where America's Mintram missile sites, ground-based nuclear weapon dated back to the 1950s, would detonate on site, resulting in widespread radioactive fallout across the country. As depicted in the fallout would be conveyed eastward by prevailing wind, blanketing a nation. The researchers noted we have made the unusual assumption that each of the 1,116 U.S. missile silos and missile launch control centers will be struck by 2.5 megaton warhead. At that point, the Soviet Union possessed about 3,000 of such warheads. Reports the Express U.S. The scientists pinpointed that most perilous area on the map identified location where radiation measures would surpass 3,500 rads. That explain within this region more than 3/4 of the population would die. These areas are marked in black on the map. The expert pointed to a grim picture of the aftermath of a nuclear disaster. Nuclear explosion created by a great deal of short-lived radioactivity, mostly associated with fission production. We have made the standard assumption in our calculation that 1/2 of that shit of the yield from the attack weapon will be from fission. I mean, we ain't got to go no more. We all know that this place will be utterly decimated. The Lord wants this place destroyed by thermonuclear fire, and he's going to have Russia, China, and even allies of the United States utterly destroy this whole with nukes. So if you think 75% of the United States population will be destroyed, you can't be reading the scriptures. You don't know prophecy. This place, Babylon the Great, as it is known in the Bible, among other names, will have to be utterly destroyed for all the things it not only did to the children of Israel, but all the wickedness that is spread out throughout the whole entire world. And the Lord's vengeance is upon this place, where maybe within the next year, maybe the next 5 years. But this place will be utterly decimated. We're going to get into the scriptures. Let's start here. Jeremiah 50. We're going to start at verse 1, then we're going to drop down. We're going to skip some part. This is Jeremiah 50. The word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. And as you see, Babylon the Great is really the United States. And the Chaldeans are these so-called Edomite, Salaki. We're gonna go down to let's start here at 9. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon assemblies of great nation from the north country. They shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as the mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. So all those countries, like I said, you got Russia. You're going to have China, India, the BRICS nation, and even fellow UN NATO nation that's tied of Babylon are going to come against her, and they're going to fire those thermonuclear missiles. And the Lord said none is going to return. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, said the Lord. Because America has ruled with an iron fist these past, Salaki, maybe 50, 60 years, somewhere around there, a little more, by having that petrodollar and making other countries have to come to them just to get gas and oil. They had to pay through the American dollar. These countries been upset with the whore, but they just didn't have the power, or the Lord didn't get them the power to rebel until now. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellows as bull. So yeah, with all the money and spoils that they were taking from these different countries, America was happy. Not only did they destroy the Israelite, I mean, look at our people. Look what they have become. A shell of their former glory. And through the Israelite, through the slave trade and our inventions and things like that, and oppressing the other countries, man, America has grown rich beyond imagination. Your mother shall be sore confounded; she shall not bear you. She that bear you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost part of the nation shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. And that's going to be after the thermonuclear destruction. Verse 13. Because the wrath of the Lord, that's Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai, it shall be uninhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and shall hiss. So when those thermonuclear missiles hit, the Lord said it's going to be uninhabited, wholly desolate. I mean, they're going to be totally destroyed. Those nuclear missiles is the plague that it's talking about. At the destruction that those missiles is going to cause when they hit. So if you think 75% of the population will be destroyed, you ain't reading scripture or the prophecies to know that the Lord is utterly going to wipe this place out and the inhabitants. Put yourself in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot her and spare no arrows. So the Lord told them, the other nations, when they get ready to destroy this whore, unleash every nuclear missile that you have on her. So it's going to be an utter decimation. So you think only certain spots are going to get hit, then a nuclear fallout going to kill people, and And some gonna survive. No, those nations will shoot every last missile that they have at this place, and it will be destroyed. For she has sinned against Yahweh by Hashem and Yahushua. And it's gonna be ugly here. If you're not part of the elect, if you're not out here trying to live as the Lord say, do the things that He say to do to make your call and election sure. Hey, this is gonna be the end for everyone who's not of the Lord's elect, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, and the elect out of them. All right, 15. Shout against her round about. She had given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her as she had done unto. Take vengeance as she had done, do unto her. So all the stuff that America did to these other nations, going in, killing their leaders and putting in puppet leaders and things like that, all that vengeance, all that built up anger and frustration over these unrighteous decrees unrighteous sanctions they put on these other nations. The Lord said, hey, all that anger, take it out on them. Utterly waste this place. All right, we're going to skip down a little bit. Where I want to go to. You know what? That's it. No, this one right here, 23. Let's start at 22. A sound of battle is in the land of a great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? That word desolation. A state of complete emptiness or destruction. And that's what this place is going to be at the end of the day. The Lord is going to make this place a completely empty, completely destroyed. No one will be able to live here. Because this place has sinned against Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Not only by touching the apple of His eye, but by spreading wickedness. So guess what? There's also the blood of the Israelites that soaked this land. All 12 tribes at that. We're still stolen people in their hands. There's a lot of reasons for the Lord to utterly destroy this whore. So if you're thinking only 75% of the population is going to be destroyed, you don't know the scriptures, you don't know prophecy, you don't know the real rage of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, who y'all ignorant call God and Jesus, because y'all don't know the wrath of the Lord. All right. Well, let's hear it here. Isaiah 34, we're going to start at 5. Let's just go with it. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. And the sword that he's talking about is those nuclear missiles. When they flying through the sky, and they're going to be dropping down like rain upon the people. So that's why he said is bathed in heaven. The Idumeans is the Greek way of saying Edom, which are the so-called white men today. Verse 6, the sword of the Lord, that's the nuclear missile, the sword of Yahweh Shem Shai, is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goat, and with the kidneys of ram. For Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai has a sacrifice in Basra, which was the ancient capital city of the Edomite, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So the Lord has a sacrifice here in Basra. And who's the sacrifice? The 2/3 of our people, the other nations that's here, and the Edomite, who's going to be utterly destroyed by thermonuclear fire. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. Unicorn is talking about the satellite. Them Bullock, if I remember, one of the brothers telling me was talking about their military power. If not, if one of the brothers see this, could you correct me, please? I want this edification to get out. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense over the controversy of Zion. And that day is quickly approaching us. The Lord said he got a controversy for Zion for what they have done to him. Matter of fact, let's look at that word. A disagreement typically when prolonged, public, and heated. Let's see. A dispute among men and them that transfer to justice of God as directed against the sins of men. So you got a controversy of Zion. Verse 9. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become a burning pitch. See? That thermonuclear fire is gonna melt everything. Nobody's not gonna be able to survive here. If some kind of way you do survive that thermonuclear blast, you're gonna be on fire, suffering radiation poison and all kind of things. You're gonna be excruciating. And you got to learn. Ooh, man, think about how scary that is. All them nuclear missiles that hit, the explosions, the wind, the debris, everything, and you some kind of way still survive all that. You don't die quick. And you got to suffer through it and slowly burn to death. That's how cold the Lord is. When his anger is kindled, he can and will do that to you. Verse 10, it shall not be quenched, night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. So that the Lord saying that fire is gonna go for a long time. It's gonna have to burn itself out. But no one will ever live here ever again. Even after we come into rule, this place is gonna be an example, like Sodom and Gomorrah is, of not to sin or come against the Lord. So that's why he said no one is gonna live here in this place forever and ever. All right. Let's we go to Isaiah 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for their gold, they shall not delight in it. And we know the king of the Medes are the Russian, and the Lord had already stirred them up by having Joe Biden give the okay to Ukraine to use their missile. And Putin had already said, hey, if you use those missiles, we're going to count that as an act of war against us. Verse 18. Their bows shall dash the young men into pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruits of the womb. Salakim. Sorry about that, Salakia brothers. Let's get back to it. Their bows shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruits of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Yeah, the Lord gonna put that spirit upon them to utterly waste this place. So, guess what? Men, women, children, they not gonna care. They're gonna utterly destroy the U.S. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellence, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And how did Yahweh Shem and Yahushua overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? With fire and brimstone. And that's the same thing that's going to happen to this place. With those thermonuclear missile, going to create an everlasting fire and brimstone. They're going to have to burn itself out. And this place is going to be on fire, just like Sodom and Gomorrah was. Verse 20, and it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tents here, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. So see, utterly decimated. Utterly decimated. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and the owls shall dwell there, and the satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate home, and the dragon in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So this place is going to be utterly destroyed, unlivable, except by desert creatures. So keep thinking 75% is going to survive. The Lord is utterly going to waste this place. He's not going to let them spare none. Remember, Yahushua going to be over here too. And his chariots picking up their elect, but they're going to also be shooting concentrated laser beams to stir up the fire, man. This place is going to be a waste. We're going to end out here. Jeremiah 51, starting at 60. So Jeremiah wrote in the book all the evils that should come upon Babylon, even all those words that's written against Babylon. And what's the evils? You got those thermonuclear missiles. You're going to have the chariots. You're going to have the infighting. This place is, man, stop thinking this place is going to survive. Stop thinking anybody is going to make it. And Jeremiah said to Sarah, when thou comest to Babylon and shall see and shall read all these words, then shalt thou say, O Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, thou hast spoken against this place to cut it off, that none shall remain in it, neither man nor beast, but it shall be desolate forever. See, Lord going to cut this place off, and it shall be when thou hast made an end of reading the book, that thou shalt bind it to a stone and cast it into the midst of Euphrates, and thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink and shall not rise from the evil that I will bring upon her, and they shall be weary. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah. So when Babylon finally be taken down, the Lord said it's never going to rise again from this evil, as we had read in other scriptures. And there's many other scriptures that talk about the destruction of Babylon the Great, aka the United States of America. So don't think anyone is going to survive this thermonuclear destruction that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to bring to this place. There will be no survivors, and no one will be able to live here anymore. Because the wrath, the vengeance of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is upon this place. And as the scriptures say, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And guess what, Babylon? You're in the Lord's hands right now. And right now, he is not happy with you. He is a man of war, and he's going to bring war and destruction to this place. So I hope this video was edifying. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Shalom.